Hi, teachers. So apparently this online teaching is not going to go away all the way. So we're going to have to think of ways that we would teach online during the next school year. So one thing that I found was actually using Google Slides with Pear Deck. So let me show you how that works. So you go on this waffle thing, except we have to make sure we're in our school account. So I'm going to pick up my school account. Right, so I'll go on my little waffle. I'll find slides. Okay. So then I'm going to start a new one. Okay. So first thing you always want to do is name it something. So I'm just going to say French lesson part 1. So, just name it whatever. Okay. So then you can add a theme if you want to. So there's your themes on the side. They don't look too exciting, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. So, well, I'm just going to leave mine blank. Okay. So now, in order for us to use Pear Deck, we're going to have to get the add-on. So click on add-on. So if you don't already have the Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on, which you probably don't if you don't already know about it, you have to go on Get Add-ons and get this thing. Okay. I also have an add-on called Easy Accents because I teach French and German, and so we need accent marks. And these accent marks are actually not clickable as they normally are on my Mac. So I had to get this add-on. Okay, but so you want to get the add-on called Pear Deck for Google Slides. Okay, so I'm going to open mine. Okay, so if you look on the right side here, they have these templates, and then mostly what you probably will be using is these questions. So the students in the middle of your lesson would have to type in some kind of text, or they answer a multiple choice question, they number something. Maybe you want them go on a website. They can draw something. They can even do a draggable. Draggable means you take a little dot and you place it on your screen somewhere. So for example, if I had up a map of France, maybe I would say, okay, where's Paris? And then everybody has to find Paris and put the dot on Paris. Okay, so let's look at their templates though for just a minute. Okay, so you click there. Okay, so they have templates for the beginning, for during your lesson, and the end. Now you can use all three if you wanted to. So at the beginning of the lesson, okay, so they have this one here. Let me use this one. All right. So as you can see, my first slide is still here. So I need to obviously type in the title of my lesson and what I'm going to do that day, right? Okay. So on this slide right here, then, okay, this is your bell ringer. Now, suppose you didn't give them homework that the night before, you can always change this. So you can just say from yesterday. So you just change it. Okay, so that's pretty cool that you can change their templates. All right, so the next one is, no, you don't have to use all of these. You can just pick and choose, obviously. So what did you learn from the homework? So you could say, what did you learn yesterday? Or you can change it to anything else. Okay. They got this one here too. Okay. Draw type 2 things you already know about today's topic. So that'd be kind of cool. Let's try one more. Okay, think of a question your classmates might have. Huh. That's an interesting way to put it. Okay. So, like I said, they have all kinds of little templates you can use. Okay. So now I'm going to go back. Okay. I'm going to go all the way back. Okay. So one cool thing about about slides is, slides and Pear Deck is that you can actually integrate this lesson into the Google Classroom, and then students can do your work independently. So suppose I was teaching this French lesson part 1 on a certain day, I can actually send it home to students who are not there. So I don't know how our schedule is going to be next year, but suppose you only have some of your students in class and the rest of them have to do this from home. This could happen. You can actually assign them to do your lesson at home. And you would get the feedback because you have all these built-in questions. So let me show you an example that I actually made up yesterday. Okay, so it's this one here. Okay, so next Friday I'm going to have another Google Meet with my German and French classes, and I was doing both at the same time. This doesn't seem to bother them. So here's my basic slide presentation. Now, I need to always get my add-on though, because it doesn't automatically appear on there. So I'm going to open my add-on. Okay, now if I want to start the lesson, I'm not going to go up here like normally when you're on Google Slides, you will hit this present button. But if you're using the Pear Deck add-on, you have to click on Start Lesson. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so if I'm going to teach it to the class, I would click Instructor Paste Activity. But if I wanted to send it to the Google Classroom, I would go on Student Paste Activity. So click on that. Okay, make sure you're in the right account. Okay, now you can get the link for this lesson, or you can share it to Google Classroom. I just love that. So let's click on there. Okay, so of course they never bring up the school account for me. It's always my personal account. All right, here you go. All right, now I'm going to choose a class. Let's say I choose that one. I'm going to create an assignment. I'm going to go. Okay, now on the right side here, you see how that says German A? Now suppose I want to give it to all my classes. I'll just click on the ones I wanted to give it to. Okay. Important thing is always give a due date. Okay, if you don't have a due date, I don't think they even get notified. So give them a due date. Okay. Topic. Okay, I have my topics set up as calendar, homework and resources. So this is a homework. Okay, and now all I do is, type in my title and then snap, I'm going to post it. So let's just say Google Meet assignment. All right. So then I'm going to assign this. Okay. I have to remember in a minute to delete it. All right, so let's look at it. Okay, so here's my Google Meet assignment. Okay. All right, so let's look at it and see what it looks like. Okay, they always ask you how you're feeling today, so I'm happy. Okay, all right. So on Friday, I'm going to have the Google Meet, and so the ones who show up, we're going to do this live with, and the rest of the students can just do it on Google Classroom. Okay. All right, so I just had a notification come on there. If you got that, ignore it. Okay. So the students will have to answer this question. So, wie geht's heute? Comment ça va aujourd'hui? So we're going to pick sehr gut. Très bien. All right. Then we're going to go to the next page. All right. So I would like their opinions on the new graduation date. So they're going to say whatever they feel about it. I think it's great. All right, then I'm going to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to check with them. Now, this is actually a combination of German and French words at the same time. So they have to pick one of these down here. So I'm going to pick a line. And so they actually have to link those together. Isn't that cool? Chapeau is a hat. Okay, der Fuß, foot, der Arm, and das Bein is a leg. There you go. All right. So then, okay, I'm taking them to an actual live website. So this is a study stack. And so in order to play this, see these words, if I was to play these right now, they don't actually match up exactly. So the students have to actually go on the link and then they can play it. And then of course I have to get back out. Okay. And so this is the German set. So I didn't want to leave out my French students. So they have their own set. Okay. So again, these don't match up like that. They have to click on the link. Okay. So there's my study stack. So they love playing study stack. So this will make them happy to play that. All right. And there's the end. So the students who didn't actually attend my Google Meet, which is unfortunately most students, they can just do it on Google Classroom. So maybe this would get them a little bit more motivated to actually come on Friday. So I already posted it on there today. So this is one way to use Google Slides. Get the Pear Deck add-on. If you have any questions, just ask me and I'll be happy to help you with it.